Welcome, everyone. Today, what we're going to do is take a look at how you can do some very simple editing of your videos within Microsoft Stream. So what I'm going to show you is how you can trim either the beginning or a bit of the end off videos that you have hosted within Stream. So this is very straightforward. If you're watching this video and you're not familiar with what Stream is, please stop and take a look at our earlier two videos which provide you with background on what Stream is, how you get videos into Stream, and how you can then link those videos into your Blackboard course site. For now, we're assuming that you already know how to get videos up into Stream, and now you want to use a bit of an advanced feature, which is going to let you trim those videos. Again, really simple editing, nothing too fancy. All right, so what you see here is the Microsoft Stream interface. Again, to access it, you go through our NC portal, My Apps, and then you select the Microsoft Stream app. Once you're here, which is where we are in Stream, you're going to go look at My Content. So you can click on My Content, and from there you're going to select Videos. So what's going to appear for you are a list of all of the videos that you have produced within Microsoft Stream. So you can select any of these videos to trim either the front or the back from. For now, I'm going to scroll down a little bit and select a video that's still in draft form. It's important to note that you can trim a video whether it's in draft form or even if it's been already published, you can still choose to trim the video after you've published it. But for now, I'm going to choose this one that's in draft form. When you hover over the video that you do want to select, you take your cursor to the right-hand side of the screen and hover over the three sequential dots icon. That's the More Actions menu. When you click on that, the fourth option down is Trim Video. So you're going to click on Trim Video. And after a few seconds, it's going to open up a new interface for you. So at the top of the screen, you see your video in its current form. You can play it, you can fast forward through it and go to the next frame. So you can do a few things here. But the important part where you're actually going to do the trimming is on the bottom half of the screen. So at the bottom, you see in effect a timeline for your video. So you see your video. My video is very short. It's only 1 minute and 28 seconds. So my timeline is broken into very short increments, 10-second increments, all the way through to 1 minute and 30 seconds. If your video was longer, a half hour or an hour, these increments would be much larger. So the increments might be 5-minute increments or 10-minute increments. So depending on how fine you want to be with what you're trimming from your video, you might actually need to zoom that time in to get to see a more specific portion of your video. To do that, you have this area over here to the right, which is the timeline zoom. If you click on either the little magnifying glass with the plus, so you can click on that, or if you drag the zoom level sort of cursor across towards more zoom, you can see what's happened on my screen is that the time increments have gone from 10 seconds to 2 seconds. So again, this is a much more focused portion of my video, and I can be much more selective in terms of what I'm trimming out. So that's important to know that you can zoom into your timeline so that you're trimming only the pieces that you really want to trim away. So once you've done that, you've zoomed in, you see the region where you want to trim. Again, please remember, you can't trim from the middle of your video. You can only trim from the front end or the back end, okay? So this isn't high-level editing. It's just a really simple trim feature. So you can go ahead and pull this sort of long stick, this pink stick with a circle on top, to the point where you want to complete the trimming of your video. So for example, let's say I want to cut out from 0 to 4 seconds. I'm going to pull this bar across until I see that we've hit 4 seconds right there. Okay, maybe I want it to sort of not be in the middle of a particular slide, so I'm going to go right here to the end. Okay, then what you're going to do is go back to the beginning and take this larger pink bar, which is the trim start option, start point, and you can drag that over so you can see that we're getting rid of the first 4 seconds of our video. Okay. Once you've done that, you've trimmed the piece you want to trim, all you have to do is go up to the top and hit apply. Now it is important, a warning box will appear which says the parts of the video you've trimmed will be permanently deleted. Okay, so that means that there's no going back after this step. So you really do have to be certain that this is a change that you do want to apply. Okay, if you are certain, you would hit continue. If you're a little worried and you want to get a sense of what that's done to your video, you can hit play right now. You'll see that the current length of our video went from 128 originally to 123. So it will show you what your trimmed video looks like before you hit apply. So you could simply play, get a sense of what your video is going to look like, what the audio is like, okay? And then you can decide, yes, I'm definitely certain, I'm good with the way this sounds, I'm going to hit apply. So we'll hit, and once we hit apply, we will say continue.
A web conferencing system that is built into each of your Blackboard course sites, and it supports.
So when you do that, you will be taken to a new page for your video. You can see a note here that says your video is being trimmed and will be updated soon. Try refreshing the page. So it does take a few minutes for your video trimming to actually be complete and for that video to reload in place of the original. Okay, so we'll give that a few minutes. One thing I do want to warn you about is that when you trim a video, if you have already made adjustments to the transcript, and again, if this is new to you, we have an earlier video about how to adjust the transcripts within Microsoft Stream. But if you have already made changes before to this transcript, when you trim the video, all of those changes will be lost. So it's always best to trim your videos before you do any work on the transcript. Okay, save your transcript work for the end. Let's try to refresh and see if that's been enough time. Nope, we're still taking
web conferencing
a few
system.
seconds, so that's okay. While we're waiting for this work to happen, we can go back, and I'm just going to show you one more time. Go to videos. Okay. Now, instead of the front end, I'm going to show you how to trim the back end of a video. So here we go. It's the same process, but I'll just repeat it for you so you can get a second run through. You're going to select the video. Let's do this one on creating virtual rooms for groups of students. You're going to go to the More Actions menu, which is at the far right-hand side of that particular video. You're going to click on it. You're going to need, in my case, to scroll down and select Trim Video. Now here our video is a little bit longer, it's 7 minutes. I'm going to want to zoom in because I want to get some more fine detail there. I don't want to cut, a minute off. I want to zoom in a little bit. So now, but I want to get to the end of my video. So I'm going to scroll all the way through because now what I want to cut out is at the back of my video, not at the beginning. So again, you're going to do basically the same thing as you did before. So we're going to go to the beginning. We're going to pull this stick, but we're going to draw it all the way down over to the other end. And what we're going to do is say, and drag it where we'd like to end our video. So let's say I want to end my video at the 7-minute and 10-second mark. I'm then going to take this larger pink bar right at the end and drag it all the way across. So you can see the length of my video has shortened, so I'm going to trim it by about 20 seconds. Okay. Then all I have to do is hit apply. And to make that change stick, I hit continue. Now I'm not going to do this in this case. I don't actually want to trim this video, but I did want to show you that you can trim either the front end or the back end, and the process is the same. So we'll hit cancel for now. And let's go back to our videos to see whether this one is ready. So you can see here, it says it's only 1 minute and 23 seconds, which was our trimmed length. So let's see if it's ready for us. Give it a few seconds. It may still be working away.
And it supports what we call...
And there we go. Our video is shortened. Our transcript starts at a new point because, again, we trim the video, and so the beginning audio point is different. And all of that work has been done for you. Okay? Really simple way to trim either the front or the back off your videos that exist within Stream.